to do with your head is see this pocket here, right in the neck. That's where you want your head to be. I'm winning right now. He can switch. He's winning. Right. I start on the wrist. Pull in. My go-to is an underhook or a Russian tie. There's multiple ways you can do it. You can do this one, it hurts. You can ask him. I like doing up high. If I grab down here, he still has all this movement he can do. I like to isolate it and come all the way up on the shoulder here. I weight right on the back of it and shut it down. You're going to twist the arm back, see how it's straightened out. It's like this, you can still move it out. So just climbing the wrist, getting in the pocket here, and weight down on the shoulder. And from here you can do a lot of stuff. You can do throws, picks, we'll go over some of that stuff. But this for now, we're going to get in here and then just move them with it. See that? You're in control of them here. It's locked out. See that? And then from here you can go and get double unders here. You completely lock them up. Good underhook, shots and stuff like that. Good to grab a partner. Work on just getting them in the pocket here and getting in control. Try it a few times nice and slow, and you guys can kind of go back and forth.
Anybody have any questions? You want to see it again?
Yeah, so you grab with like the same side hand?
So generally I reach with my back, because if I reach with my front here, I leave that leg open. So I go with my back leg, get that in the pocket. Nice more out. We've got the weight in the shoulder here. You can move them. Yeah. This is just the collar tie. It's super simple. In back of the head, back of the shoulder right here. See that? Right in here. Back of the head. A lot of people go on the neck. It's not as hard on this head. Back here, there's not as much leverage as up here. Right, so right here. You'll see him a lot of times they'll grab me like that. Don't worry about it. It doesn't affect you anyway. Right here, just move him. Snap him down, move him to the side. That's one thing you can do. Like I said, we have that tie we just worked on. And those are two of my go-tos. That's all I really use. You can be out here controlling the wrist, the head, underhook here. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Throws, whatever you want to do. So I'm moving to the first move here. So I'm gonna get in here. This one's pretty simple. You're in tight. You're gonna step in between the legs. As soon as your toe touches, you're gonna pop. Right? So it's just, you're almost kicking them with your hamstring, back of your knee. So I'm in here, stepping in. You don't want, if you step too far or too not in enough, you're not going to get that leverage. If you step too deep, that's enough. So on your toes, right at his heel, back to his heel. You guys see where my foot goes? See that? And I don't even have to kick it very hard for his hip to move out. I'm literally just stepping there. All I'm doing right here. And then when you actually put force into it, it throws him off balance a lot. From that, stepping in, down there. And for those guys that aren't as long, like this guy, I can just step in here, sweep the leg, right? But for shorter guys, if you're short, going against a taller guy, you have to do a level change. So kick it out, drop, change my center guard. Oh, this is it, right there. As soon as I drop that, you're just hitting the back of his Achilles. You don't think to smack it and pull it. So I get in here. That's all. And then you can fall on top. And what's good with that in jiu-jitsu kick it out.
Or past the guard.
Straight. Any questions on that?
Can we see with the shorter person on the collar? Oh, so he's
See how it's like,
Here's
change
the
how
all
low
the
they
way
get
up,
down
yeah.
there. 'Cause if I try to do it and I'm all the way up here, I'll just stay steady myself and overreaching and exposing myself. So when I get it, I bend it down at the knees and then shoot for it. All the while I'm keeping that tight, so you can't use that.
And a good thing, especially if you're going to be using this in jiu-jitsu, you want to take this, once he gets down, you see him go down, your instinct is just cover him, just throw it to the side. Just get rid of it. He's not going to be able to stand up in that amount of time. Just go straight to cover him. Any questions? Here, a lot of times you'll have guys try to move this leg back because they know that you want this leg here. They'll move this leg back and you step. So I'm in here. He knows I want this leg. He's gonna step it out, try to straight square up with me as he's squaring up. So once he squares up, he's ready to block this leg. But as he's moving, he's thinking about getting that leg out of the way, not thinking about that leg. So I'm in my tie, right here. And you'll either get it where I am now, where I'm on a knee, or you can get it and maybe just pull it straight up. So nice and slow here for you. I'm in here, he steps it back. See this? I'm not just stepping and trying to reach. As I'm stepping, I'm dropping here. So I'm in here. See that? And then I come around the back of the leg here. And I'm keeping this wrist the whole time. I'm not letting it go until I get to this leg. Once I get to this leg, I'm getting in. And you'll see my leg do like a sweep and leave like dead skin across the mat like that. Once you get behind it, or at the Achilles again, pull it up and put it on your hip. Behind it. This will all be one motion. Pulls up on the hip, and then you can either go straight back with it, use your head as a lever, or come up. Maybe some else.
I'll show that if you just reach instead of
Yeah, watch. So he does that step, and I just reach. I'm not gonna get it. He steps. I'm dropping. Like constant line. I'm not like getting there and then dropping. I'm going as I go. I'm stepping to big toe to his pinky toe. What you don't want to do though, if you're sometimes it's just not there. So say he's there and I step and he steps that one right back. I'm not going to still try to go for that arm or for that leg. So you have to know when that's there. Like for me, it's still here because I'm really long. But remember, go to the knee first. Kind of snake around the knee here, and then bring it up or go straight back with it. So work on that for now, then we're gonna finish from there.
Can I see the shoot one more time?
Yeah.
You're going for the second leg.
So I'm in here nice and tight. I'm still back here. He's focused on that leg. Taking this step.
Step, drop.
See that? It's like a lunge.
Yeah. And you scoop in the knee with the rear hand.
Yeah, so I'm keeping this elbow tight. Just keeping control.
And then with the lead.
Behind this, and I'm just hitting it out. And then from here, I'm getting the Achilles. they get all the way around, and then they like try to like just stand up with it. That's not what we're trying to do, right? This is all one motion. I know I'm showing it in like steps here, but it's all one motion. So the more momentum that you lose in it, if I get in here all fast and I try to crank down or something, it gives him more time to do something else to get out of it, right? So I know you guys are going slow, but try to think of it all in one motion, right? So we step that out, nice and slow, all one motion. And then as you progress with it, it'll get faster. You won't have to work as hard to get that leg up, because your body will just naturally want to keep spinning. That's why you see a lot of wrestlers or guys will see me do it, and my back leg will just like swing across the mat. And I'm sliding, I'm just keeping the momentum. With the Russian tie here, as I still keep seeing a lot of guys with their shoulder on his tricep and their thumb up, and they still have all of this movement. Where it feels like you're in control because you have this arm, but you don't have the rest of it, right? Because he can still move as he's moving around. When I'm going up, get this shoulder, just space out with your thumb. Use your thumb as a spacer. You're not big thumbs, but use it as a spacer from there when you grab it. You don't want to be grabbing down here. You don't have as much control. See this? See the thumb? And then that goes. Grab that shoulder down. See that behind? I have so much more control. You can feel. You can ask anybody who's felt good. There's a difference. But in here, don't kick down on it and pop the shoulder up. If you guys are having trouble getting that leg all the way out, your problem is probably that you're doing it and you're not grabbing low enough. Right? So you want that knee to get behind that heel, and your leg is going to be helping you get this leg up. If I just get in here and I try to like stand up, it's a lot harder, right? If I can get it and just kind of the same thing as what we were doing earlier with the leg bump, right? The same thing. All you're doing is pulling the ankle out. Like if I slowly, probably way too slow. If I just like this ankle, it's not gonna work. But if I can like the ankle, just smack it coming out, that leg should slide out, right? So try to focus on grabbing that leg here, and then as you're coming, this foot is just swinging. See that little streak I just made? I'm just swinging out. So it's just stepping, sliding that foot, catching it all the way up. So if you are able to get it up and swing it out, first thing I do is readjust, right? I have this here, I'm extended, right? I'm grabbing like right here, trying to pull it up. I want to readjust, get deeper on this, deeper on that. And then from here, I just grab my pec, try to get out of this. It's tight, right? I'm just pulling it. Focus on pulling that elbow back, right? Right here, pull elbow back. And I can control and adjust this. It's almost like a standing ankle lock, right? Like a leg lock. Because if I'm just here, I'm just grabbing his straight leg. That's pretty hard to do. So I'm getting deep, almost doing like a standing leg lock. And honestly, you could probably go to a leg lock from here. Just like pulling down there. But once you readjust and get that up, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can come behind the back of his head, sweep the ankle, like that. You can come up here, take the knife of your arm, back of his leg, and just put your weight in it. So his knee kind of goes, turns, and then bends downwards. You go straight back up. So far we have our sweep, right? We have our kickback, elbow down. It's just this knife portion. One on the side of his knee. Don't try to like hit it. You want to be going like at an angle downward. So it rotates, and then once it's rotated, then you push down the back. And this one. Any questions on that? Those two? Easy. Last one. This is just kind of for tall guys, like extra. Once you get those two down, then you do this one. So you got that one. Now get those two down, and then you just, this is extra. This is what I do a lot of times. If I can't get you down, let me get a taller guy. Yeah. So this is for maybe if you're a little bit shorter, you got one against a taller guy. So I'm here, I'm tight. I can't get him down here. All right, he's too solid. Right. All I'm gonna do, uppercut. See my thumb? Point it down. I'm gonna hit it back of his leg, right? And then I'm gonna come around and up here and grab behind my head. So I'm doing the same thing I was here, but up here, right? And now I can do all the things I just showed you. Now he's just a lot more off balance. All right, now I can still come here. I can still come here. Take that. The best thing, if you do choose to do that one, the best thing is like, instead of like trying to force his leg up, just drop it down and then stand up. See that? Instead of like trying to get it under and then trying to get it up. That's it. Make sense? But don't do that one until you got the other two down. Yeah?
That's
3,
good.
2, 1. Down. One thing I understand is you guys are like, ah! It's like nothing's coming out of that. He's not off balance. He's perfectly balanced here. I was telling them, once you get him moving, then they have to start readjusting, right? So if he just stands there, he's gonna go straight into a split. Right? I'm getting that neck first, and I'm gonna start pulling him. Right? Now he's moving. Then all I gotta, he just doesn't see that coming, right? So I have this leg. It's not just, right? I'm moving him, and then I can pick it up. You, yeah. See what I'm talking about?
Push.
Make sense?
Push. Do you prefer to catch them on the hop or when they're on the ground?
It really doesn't matter. If you want to look cooler when he's hopping, for sure. But it really doesn't matter. Just stick it out. Honestly, a little bit more okay.
Do it full speed. I'm just kidding.
Make sense? All right. This works from any shot. So say he goes for a double, goes for both my legs. I can throw both my legs. So as I'm going out with it, this is just called the sprawl. So as I'm going out with it, on the back of the head, not the neck, there's no leverage here. Back of the head, stuffing it down. And I'm gonna like throw my body like in a circle almost. Because I'm trying to rip out of his grip, right? So he's in, just gonna like throw in a circle. See that? And I'm keeping my hips as far into the mat as I can. See that? And I'm not gonna crawl behind on my knees. It's gonna circle.
He said, poor Kinsley.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shoot into him. I'm gonna try to grab him, shoot in, right? Once I can get in here, then I can pull the elbow, pull the head, get my knee in here, right? And if you're doing MMA, you can start going in on him, right? So, back here, I'm gonna try to, so say he's pulling me around, I'm kind of trying to fight this out here, right? I'm gonna get this elbow, get some kind of control where I can grab onto him. That way I'm not just way out here flailing around. Try to get some kind of control on him. And then bring yourself in more. And then you can shoot that leg in, and then see so now I have more mobility, I'm not as stretched out. I'm gonna take this foot, bring it to the other side. It's gonna be like a windmill underneath. So now I have even more control. I'm less off balance. And from here, there's a few things you can do. So you can take the elbow, just kind of pry it off, almost like a standing sprawl, where you're just gonna try to shove your foot into the ground. So we've got it out there, bring in, windmill it around, and it takes some power to do that, especially if he's got a tight grip. So use your momentum and weight. Get on his head and start messing with him here. If you just let him be, he can focus getting you back in. If I'm on his head the entire time, that's distracting him. Because one, it's really annoying, and you want to punch him, right? And someone's got you out here, and they're just on your head. I'm sure that's really annoying, yeah?
Yeah.
So get some kind of control, get him off focus there, and just, for you guys to do MMA, like a front thrust kick, but you're holding him and kicking through him. And then from there, when you go out, because this is literally the only way you can get out of something like this, unless you do some crazy like under roll thing that works like 2% of the time. So kick through him, windmill around, push away, roll. And then now we're the same thing we just did, where you're off your knees. He's got a tight grip on me, right? If I don't push, if I'm here, I don't have any weight on him. His grip is still super strong. If you guys have trouble getting out of it, push on the hips here, just thumb in the hips. One, it kind of hurts. Two, I can push his head off the mat. You good? Yeah. So I'm pushing off here. He's got a super tight grip. I'm on my toes. I can't get anything. Push on the hips and just thrust him in the mat. That's really the only way to do it. So you're up here and you pop him down. And then from there you can circle out.
He survived.
You guys want to see it again? There you go. So you've got your leg up here, moving around. I'm getting some kind of control, something I can grab onto. I'm just gonna let go for a second. If you guys can just imagine like grabbing someone and kicking a hole in them, it's the same thing. It's got you right here, grab, kick. Try to get that leg to slide through, press that gap. Once you're in here, you have so much more balance, and this leg, it's like a hamstring curl. Just bring it in, and once it comes in, it just goes around. And it looks like it doesn't work. That's why this has to have momentum. If I just try to it's really hard to do. So I kick it through. As soon as I get that leg through, it's all one motion. So I'm trying to make a space for my leg to swing through. If I give him time to get his hips in here, it's going to be even harder for me to swing that gap, right? Whereas if I come in here, kick it through, see how his hips kind of fold inwards? Gives me space to swing that leg. And then on the head down, back into the mat. I'll brush the way around.
I don't know if you noticed, but I actually have to change my grip to be able to still hold on to that leg. If you do it fast enough, you can just kick it down and break that grip.
Yeah, so if he's got
So
me
like
here,
right here,
see how
it's already space.
my leg goes from toothpick ankle to like medium sized ball, right? So I'm making a bigger hole for it here. See that? See that gap? It wasn't there before. That's more space for me to swing it down. And of course, you can try to just throw it straight out from there. But if he's got like super good grip on you, and you can't get it down from there, go to the side and take it step by step down. That makes sense? Like probably like 20, 30 finishes. Right? Off of anything. If I'm down here, and this is for a different style of wrestling, it's more for Greco or like judo or something like that. So granted you can't. If you're down here, right, and you can't say for some reason you can't get this leg up. He's massive, but say for some reason you can't get this leg up, right? So he sprawls back, does something, puts weight on me. I just want to get out of here. I don't like this position, so I'm just going to wrap the hip and lock. All right? I'm going to lock opposite side of the hip, step to that side, and then from here you can go pretty good. So it'll be step, and literally what you guys are just going to be doing. So see how it's not very tight. I'm going to step and tighten that. You can ask Kinsley, I got tight. So I'm down here in the single leg. I can't get it out. I'm going to swing this leg. And the same thing like we were doing with the sweep, where that's my momentum there. It's the same thing. I'm going to lock this hip. And I'm not going to throw him, right? I'm going to come around here and just take it to the ground. So you don't need the, like if you wanted to, like in Greco, like one of the styles of wrestling I do, you'll come here and go straight back. But if you can't get that for some reason, that's it. You can take him down slowly. Don't try to like pop his head off the mat. Here, lock opposite side, straight down. Another thing from here, because this one's really simple. If I can't get it, I'm gonna go deeper, wrap around the back of this thigh. Just rotate. See this? So I went from here, gonna grab this hip and shoot as deep as I can through that leg. I'm gonna stand up just a little bit, kick that back ankle, and go straight inside and off. Show you guys one more time. So I'm in here, I'm just gonna go as deep as I possibly can through here. You can grab the hip, stand up. You don't need to stand all the way up with it. You can stay pretty far back as long as you can reach that leg. Any questions on those two?
Can I see the first one again?
So I can't get this up. Just gonna block, stand up with it. See how this is loose? You see that hole there? It's gonna close the hole. See how tight that is? Don't let that. One thing to keep in mind here is when you step, you're in the same position here. You know, it's not any tighter. I'm gonna keep this on this hip. I'm gonna lock it on this hip, and my arm's gonna just hear that.
ABCs, Kenzie, ABCs.
A, B, C, D.
See that? And I don't even need to put much effort into this. Because it's twisting his hips, and his body's gonna naturally want to fall. Like I can just keep walking this, and it'll go down. And then put a hip hop into that, and we'll be in there.